this was it the whole time.
Hey, Sean, it's good. It's good. I love the cryptids. So I am, yes, yeah. I kind of like horror stuff in general, but I'm actually like a really big scaredy cat. So it feels a lot safer to read like scary Bigfoot encounter stories than to like, watch Hereditary or something like that. So, yeah.
Yeah. Oops. It's time for the show. It's on Adult Swim, which I didn't know this until the show, but I guess they're technically different. They're on the same channel, but they like share the channel, like to get a discount or something. I don't know. Like, yeah, you want to go in on this network? Mm-hmm. Nurse Ahmed, so it's real simple for me. It wasn't my name until I was casting it, and they're just like, "Let's just make it your name." Yeah. Oh shit! Nice. Yeah, super short. It's like jam packed in there. Yeah. 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 Exactly.
Hello.
Microphones here. Here we go. Okay. I had the software set up not quite right. So let me say again. Ahmed Bharoocha is one of our guests. He has a great show called Dream Corp LLC, which is
Adult.
Yeah, it's terrific. It's on Hulu. It's maybe on Adult Swim.
Sometimes I don't know that one's weird. Go to Hulu, I think.
Yeah, go to
They probably
Hulu.
don't want me to say that, but that's how I see it.
Find Dream Corp LLC and check it out. It's a really fun show. The episodes are short and they're packed with action, and it's like half animation and half live action, and it's great.
Trippy.
Yeah, and it is trippy, and it's like getting inside of people's dreams and stuff. And
Yeah.
Do they like consult with the people that are like on the show about what they want to do, or is it just like the writers just come up with it?
Yeah, just the writers. Mostly the creator, he's like comes up with most of it, and then we just like in the writers' room like throw jokes at the wall and then hope they stick. And
Cool.
usually like they write way too much and none of it makes it in the show.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'm like, no, what about that funny whole scene? I'm like, no, it's too much.
Oh yeah. So our
And they're
viewer.
only like 11 minutes with commercials, so it's like so short.
Yeah. We got a friend watching right now, and here I am trying to plug it to our few listeners, and he's like, Dream Corp is awesome. So he's already watching. So great. And we have our friend David Thomas with us this week, who has this great project called the Quarantine Action Wrestling.
Yeah.
And you guys started this when the pandemic started, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I think our first show was like right at the end of March.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, basically pandemic happened, and I was like, oh my god, this. So,
Yeah. So just explain a little bit for the audience what this is. I know you do like voiceovers with sort of, is it like the video game animation?
yeah. So so it's a wrestling league. Everybody in it, it's all comedians. They make wrestling characters. I create them in WWE 2K19, and basically like we basically replicate a wrestling show. Like people film promos like in character, and then I record the game footage, and like we have their people. The computer controls them, so they just fight each other. I record it, and then like me and a friend do commentary over it, and like it's just it's just like our version of a wrestling show all put together on Thursday nights.
Yeah,
That's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so fun. And I think, is that part of 2MB Studios?
It's not currently.
Okay.
We're our own Twitch, Quarantine Action Wrestling, but starting October 1st, if you want to follow 2MB Studios on Twitch, there's some friends who've been doing a bunch of stuff. They have a bunch of great shows lined up, and we're going to be keeping the same time slot, but going to 2MB Studios on October 1st.
Great. Well, thank you both for being here today. We're going to get into the game. We don't have much for prizes because this is a low-budget event. This is just kind of like my fun way to like get to see some friends and stuff. So and talk about Bigfoot. But usually, what we've been doing for the past couple episodes is that at the end of the show, the winner will like plug another project, and then they can also shit on the other person's project if they choose. So, but most of this show, May will be asking the questions. I'll be running a timer.
Yeah.
And so who's gonna start tonight, May?
I want to go with Ahmed because he seemed more open to Bigfoot's existence than David did. So.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew it would pay off.
I'm not playing the end game here.
Yeah. I love Bigfoot.
It's very political right from the start. You know, you gotta be on board with that. So, all right, we have 5 categories. You're each going to get 2 questions from each category, and at the end of round 2, we see who the winner is. There's a tiebreaker question, too, if we need one. All right, so the categories are body, hoax, origin, habitat, and wild card. So where do you want to start for round 1? Which category?
Hoax.
Hoax. All right. So here's your
hoax.
question. In 1917, 2 young girls supposedly captured pictures of the Cottingley fairies. The photos were widely accepted as genuine until they confessed to faking them with cardboard cutouts in the 1980s. In the 1920s, who investigated the girls and the photos and declared them genuine?
Genuine.
Yeah, so someone kind of famous went, investigated, and was like, yep, this is for real. So who was that person? Your options are A, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, who was the author of Sherlock Holmes.
Of course.
B, Ian Fleming, who is the author of the James Bond novels. C, a young Winston Churchill. Or D, a young and pre-Pope, Pope John Paul II.
I'm gonna nix Churchill. I feel like that would have stayed with him. You know, be like, nah, you believed in the fairy thing, you idiot. Can't be the prime minister. So not him. What was the fourth person?
Pope John Paul II. But before
he does believe in made up things. So that's probably the leader. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Pope. Hell yeah.
The Pope. The Pope is incorrect. Yeah, the Pope. I don't think the Pope ever backed down from their beliefs. So no, it was actually Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and the girls said that part of the reason they took so long to confess was because it was like embarrassing that they fooled Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, embarrassing.
So he really believed it, or was he part of the conspiracy?
No, he believed it. He was into fairies.
Jeez.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, so David, that is, you have a chance to come out to an early lead here.
All right.
So all 5 categories are open to you. Pick whatever category where you want to start.
You said origin was one, correct?
Origin is a category, yes.
Let's go with that.
All right. So your question is going to be about chupacabras.
Ooh, all right.
Yes. One of the newer cryptids on the list here. So chupacabras, or goat suckers, were first reported in 1995 after a series of livestock deaths and mutilations in Puerto Rico. The first recorded witness reported this for an encounter. So I'm going to describe possible encounters, which one was actually the first eyewitness for chupacabra.
Okay.
A, he said that the creature broke into a deep freezer of his restaurant, stole all the goat meat and all the Slurpee mixture. B, the creature broke through a bedroom window and tore apart a teddy bear. C, the creature seemed very lonely and sang a sad song. Or D, the creature was in the back seat of his car. It wasn't until another person flashed their headlights that the driver was alerted to its presence.
Well, I'm gonna follow the Ahmed strategy of nixing one. I'm gonna nix the first one because the stealing the Slurpee mixture, that sounds more like the actions of a rowdy teenager. And I did spend about 2 weeks in Mexico, which is not helping me here at all. The last one sounds. I keep doing that thing where I'm like, well, that sounds so obviously fake that it has to be true. Like, because I love the idea of like somebody being in the car behind them and being like, I need to let him know. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. Flashing the lights.
That's a good one, but that's the urban legend about the axe murderer.
What?
Yeah, that's.
Which axe murderer?
Oh, I don't know. It's like an urban legend, you know, the girl is driving.
Oh, right.
Yeah, this was like one of those like scary stories to tell in the dark stories.
Yeah.
If you had that book collection, you know.
Yeah. Shoot.
Yeah, no. The chupacabra broke through a bedroom window and tore apart a teddy bear.
Oh, he's just misunderstood.
Yeah, he's just. I mean, that maybe lends a little bit to the theory that it's a dog, but you know.
It kills what it can't have.
Love.
Hated Theodore Roosevelt.
Yeah.
All right, so after the first question, we're at 0-0.
Nice.
That's okay. That's all
I
right.
like my eye.
The real hidden
That's right,
creature
of
is the
course.
points. Let's see if we can find some points here.
All right.
Get on the board. Get on the board.
All right, Ahmed. So you can choose from body, origin, habitat, or wild card.
I want to do wild card.
All right. Okay, this is a fun one that I learned about last night. So, Charlie Sheen once went hunting for the Loch Ness Monster. His team specifically requested that the ship captain provide Sheen with a small rowboat, a giant hook, and a slab of meat. They requested this so that Sheen could do what? Your options are A, recreate the scene from Jaws, but with the Loch Ness Monster. B, quote, get real weird with it. C, pretend he was a very tiny man with a regular-sized fishing pole. Or D, have meat to eat while he floated on the loch.
Okay. Charlie Sheen, he's pretty crazy, so I feel like the more normal things, which actually I don't know if there was any, but maybe the Jaws one. No, I don't think that one's real. I think that's. I don't even know. Does that happen in Jaws with the big hook of the meat? Maybe I guess they do.
Yeah, they still the wife's pot roast.
Oh shit! Okay, so maybe I'll put that one back on the table. I don't think he wants to be a tiny man. You know, he's 2.5 men. You know, so he doesn't want to be smaller. So he's gonna not take that one out. I kind of think that it's just the get real weird with it one, because that just seems like something he'd say all cool, like. He just like thinks it sounds like a badass, and just like, what, dude? Yeah, let's get real weird with that monster. I'm gonna go with that one.
That is, I mean, he might have said that. I don't know, but no, the stated factual reason was that he wanted to recreate the scene from Jaws.
Damn it! What a weirdo!
What a strange person, right?
Like, if it's real, like, why are you doing that? Just.
It's not real. I feel like lakes are dangerous. What are you doing out there?
Yeah.
I was so sure you were right.
Right?
I do like the idea of him like wanting to catch the Loch Ness monster, but then being like, it won't be cool enough unless
Right.
Like, what?
I kind of make a scene with it.
Yeah. I don't want to just see the Loch Ness monster.
Yeah.
I love the idea of him being right and all the other people on the boat telling that story for years. Like, and then he said, "Get real weird with it." An old sailor's tale.
Or he just shoots the Loch Ness monster and kills it. God, just like in Jaws. Like, what? Why?
Have you seen Jaws?
You son of a bitch.
Blowing him up. No, that'd be good. Well, all right. That's all right. David, you still have a chance to get the lead here.
All right.
All right. So categories on the table for you are body, hoax, habitat, and wild card.
Let's go with habitat.
All right. According to legend, where does the Mongolian death worm live?
Oh, God. All right.
Your options are A, exclusively in the penthouse of 5-star hotels. B, underground except when it comes up to feed. C, in human intestines. Or D, in Canada.
This is a variety of ecosystems. 5-star hotel, in the ground, Canada, or what was the other one?
Human intestines.
Human intestines. Okay, well, the Mongolian, so what is it? Like, I'm starting to think it's not actually a worm. I think it's just something else, and they're calling it a death worm for some reason. Unless you're getting worms from the 5-star hotel. Like, but then how does that line up?
Yeah, you're going to get your rating knocked off for that.
I was loving the Marriott until I got the Mongolian death worm.
Researchers.
They still say 5 stars. I'm gonna take out human intestines or Canada. I'm just you know what? I'm just gonna say the 5-star hotel. I'm gonna think that I'm like being confused here.
No, that one is obviously wrong. No.
Oh, wow.
They live underground. They're graboids from the movie Tremors are based on legends about Mongolian death worms.
Wow.
How could you
We got the area way wrong in that movie.
I'm too afraid to watch Tremors.
Yeah.
I can't. People
afraid
can
of how
eat.
much you'll love it. It's like a perfect movie. I love
That
it.
is a really good movie.
Yeah. There's like 6 or 7 sequels and they're all on Netflix and they're all horrible, but it's great.
I think they
Jamie
also
Kennedy
made an appearance.
Does any of the actors in the first one appear in any of the other ones?
I think in the first sequel, like 2 of the actors from the first movie, and then in the rest of them, it's like Jamie Kennedy and the gun guy.
They all die, right? I mean, spoilers, but how could they be in the next one?
No, they survived.
You know, the thing opens its mouth and they're like, "I'm still here, help me!"
Yeah, I'm so good.
It takes a really long time.
All right, this is a tight race, you guys.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is the closest we've had so far, I think, in trivia.
And then we both suck at it.
Yeah.
All right, so Ahmed, you are up. Your remaining categories are body, origin, and habitat.
Let's go with body. We haven't heard of body yet. So.
Body. All right, these are like the questions about like the physicality of these creatures.
Nice. I'm good at this. Is my specialty.
Okay. The Jersey Devil is often described as having what? Your options are A, the neck of a giraffe,
Okay.
B, bat-like wings, C, a 300-foot tail, or D, a carefree attitude.
It's from New Jersey, so not carefree attitude. It's definitely not happy to be there. I'm gonna say giraffe neck. I feel like that would be too funny. don't think he would just be like a comical character. Just like, what was the other one? The other one was
bat-like wings and a 300-foot tail.
Judging, I love hockey, and judging by the New Jersey Devils, their logo is like a tail. So I'm gonna go with the tail.
A 300-foot tail.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a real thing.
Why not?
It has bat-like wings.
Damn it.
Maybe the tail retracts.
I hope we stay at 0 the whole time.
That'd be cool. Maybe he wears the tail as like a lasso at his belt. That'd be cool.
Yeah, like a Super Saiyan.
Damn it.
Yeah, if we both end at 0, we split the prize.
Let's see if you can pop them. What category you want?
Let's go back. Let's go back to Origin.
No. Sorry, you already asked Origin. So you have Body, Hoax, and Wild Card on the table.
Let's go with Wild Card then.
All right. Okay, here's your celebrity question. So, which celebrity claims that they and their sons had an encounter with wood apes, which is the scientific name for Sasquatches, as we all know, while they were in eastern Oklahoma? So which celebrity claims that they had an encounter with wood apes in eastern Oklahoma? Your options are Angela Lansbury, Shaquille O'Neal, Rob Lowe, or Princess Diana.
Okay, so my strategy so far this game has been picking the obvious joke answers, thinking that they are not obvious joke answers. So I'm gonna write out Angela Lansbury. No, but in this case, somebody who would be like, yeah, I totally saw him. Yeah, I'm gonna write out Angela Lansbury. So that leaves Rob Lowe, Shaquille O'Neal, and who was the last one?
Princess Diana.
Princess Diana. Okay, it's got to be either Shaq or Rob Lowe. And oh my gosh, Rob Lowe says some weird stuff, right? Like he's just sort of like
he does. He's a weird guy.
Yeah, like he seems pretty normal, and then he comes out with some random. Oh my gosh. Shaquille almost seems like too obvious. But then am I going back on what I just said about wasn't going to do? I'm going to say Rob Lowe. Rob Lowe.
That's correct.
Oh,
yes. That's
That's commanding lead.
Oh man, dude.
I gotta say, at first,
Princess Diana comes to America and goes to Oklahoma. Where do you guys go? What do you guys do here?
I thought that's why she died, because she knew too much.
I'm very happy to tell you all that Rob Lowe's encounter with wood apes is available on YouTube. He and his sons did it in like a half-hour reality TV show thing.
Nice.
Okay.
It's horrible. They don't see anything. They hear. All right. So Ahmed, you're at a disadvantage here, but you have 2 more questions in this round. You can go with origin or habitat.
I'm gonna go with origin.
All right. Let's see.
Come on, origin.
Okay. According to did I already ask you a Jersey Devil question?
Yes.
All right, I'll ask you a different question then.
Good, because I don't know a lot about that.
Stories of the Loveland Frogman, a 4-foot-tall frog, started circulating after a police officer in Loveland, Ohio, mistook which creature for a large human-like frog? Your options are A, iguana, B, raccoon, C, sloth, or D, human.
Okay, really gotta use my brain for this one. Iguanas can get pretty big. I just read that in a children's book. So I have some knowledge about iguanas. They can get, I think it said 4 feet. So I'm feeling mostly leaning towards that. It's a cop, so I'm guessing most likely it could be the person, because they don't really seem very good at with that, interacting with people. Or the sloth. No, I'm not going to say sloth. Although, if I pictured a toad-like thing, a sloth would be... What was the fourth one?
Or a raccoon.
No, raccoon, no. Get out of here. I want to say iguana, but I've been wrong every single time.
Mm-hmm.
So should I go against what my brain tells me? I'm in between an iguana and human, because I could picture like a short guy and he's like, that guy's a toad. Iguana looks more like a toad. I'm going to go with iguana. How about iguana?
That's correct.
Okay, I read this story and I want to explain it a little bit because it's a weird one. A cop was out and he said he saw what looked like a 4-foot tall human-like person with a frog face or something, but he said he couldn't see it very clearly. Whatever. Then the next week, some other cop goes out, shoots an iguana, brings it back to the station, and the first cop is like, "That's the thing." Which means...
Of course they killed it.
Yeah.
Right, of course. Which means that he knew well enough that it was an iguana once he saw it close up. Like, he was like, that's definitely it. But he didn't know what an iguana was.
Yeah. No, that's what I meant. Did I say toad guy? I meant like iguana.
Yeah.
Yeah. Forgot the word.
Yeah.
That's fun.
All right. Nice. This is
So,
a heated
David,
battle.
you can pull into the lead here. You got body and hoax left on your list.
Let's go with body.
All right. Are you familiar with the Mothman of West Virginia?
Somewhat, in that I've heard that word. So,
Yeah. He's one of my favorites. He's scary. All right, so your question is, which of the following statements has not been used to describe the Mothman of West Virginia?
Has not been used.
Yeah. That he, A, is 7 feet tall. B, that he has a 50-foot wingspan. C, that he can fly at speeds of 100 miles per hour. Or D, that he does not have a head, but just glowing red eyes set directly into his chest.
Okay, well, I think 7 feet tall was definitely said, because I think that's sort of the default number when something's big. I swear it's 7 feet tall. I feel like maybe you're describing just any horror movie ever, but I feel like I've seen the image you described in the last one, but like not the head, but the eyes. The 50-foot wingspan is reminiscent of Ahmed getting the tail thing wrong, so I'm hesitant to choose that.
Well, again, this is which one has not been used. So all of these but one has been used to describe him. Right.
But then I'm logically trying to think, like, because all these other things are things you can look at and describe, but then who would measure how fast this guy can go? That would require some kind of science.
A vehicle car chase, perhaps.
Ooh. Wait, Mothman could drive a car?
Well, he could fly after one.
That's true. Oh, you're right. Oh, no.
Although I'm sure he could fly a car. He's part moth, part man.
Maybe it was these cops. They had their ray gun.
Just go out, shoot him off, man. Bring him back.
Oh, yeah, that's what I saw.
I thought it was a toad.
You think everything is a toad.
I'm going to say the speed one. I think that was not said.
That was said.
Gah!
Yeah, four people in a car swear they were going about 100 miles an hour, and Mothman was keeping pace with them, right above them.
Damn.
They incriminated themselves in there. We were breaking all the laws.
It was only 25.
I don't think they have speed limits in West Virginia. I don't know what I'm talking about. But now his wingspan, he does not have a 50-foot wingspan.
You were right. The question.
Yeah.
We don't know those number ones. We don't.
Those are impossible.
I feel like maybe we all don't have a good sense of. I can only speak for myself, but I can't tell you what 25 feet looks like. I don't know. So.
I don't think so. I don't think I can either. I always think how many of me would lay down. It doesn't help.
All right, so Ahmed, your last question from round 1 is going to be from the habitat category.
Good. Nice.
All right, let's see if you can pull ahead of this dead heat here.
Yeah.
Dead.
There's like 2 race cars that are just all flat tires. Whoa!
Not moving.
Yeah.
All right. Your question is about, is it pronounced Kraken or Kraken?
Kraken, I think.
Kraken.
Correct.
Yeah.
1 point for Ahmed.
Damn it.
My parents.
The Kraken is a giant squid-like creature that is reportedly up to 100 feet, or I don't know, maybe 15 Davids? How long is 100? Okay, so the Kraken is a squid creature 100 feet long and can destroy passing ships.
Mm-hmm.
Where did this legendary beast lurk? Your options are the murky lochs of Scotland, the warm waters of the Mediterranean, the icy waters of Norway, or the mighty Mississippi.
Okay, I don't think the Mississippi. Get out of here. Like it would be some kind of more dumb hillbilly kind of animal. Or Kraken's too like sophisticated. I feel like. I can picture saying Kraken in like a Scottish accent, like oh the Kraken or something, so that feels right. And the new Seattle team is called the Kraken, and that's kind of Scotlandy, like moody, foggy, green areas. Norway seems like it's up there too, though, and I feel like there's probably some big animals around there. And the other one was the Mediterranean. No, I don't think Mediterranean. Between Scotland and Norway, I'm gonna have to go with Scotland.
It was Norway.
Damn it! Of course.
It's part of their their gods and their mythology and stuff too.
Oh, damn it!
Yeah. That's okay. You'll get them after the first round. You have 1 point. So
Nice.
We'll check in round 2.
Good stuff.
David, your last question is from the hoax category. Let me find that.
Time to pull ahead.
No.
All right, your question is, this is a good one. Sean, this one's from you. A group of teenagers threw rocks at and taunted a group of miners in a canyon in 1924. The miners could not see their assailants and made up a story about being attacked by Bigfoot. Years later, a man named Fred Beck wrote a book about the encounter. What was the name of that book? So your options are A, The Sasquatch from the Future, B, The Day I Almost Got Squashed, C, I Fought the Ape Men of Mount St. Helen, or D, Teenagers Scare the Living Shit Out of Me.
So a group of miners were being harassed by teenagers, and they thought the teenagers... Okay. I love the idea that these miners thought Bigfoot was like calling them dweebs.
I thought teenagers were minors.
not to adolescents, I guess. I'm sorry. Could you read the options again?
Yes. The Sasquatch from the Future.
Mm-hmm.
The Day I Almost Got Squashed.
Mm-hmm.
I Fought the Ape Men of Mount St. Helen. And Teenagers Scare the Living Shit Out of Me.
I don't think it's the Sasquatched one, because if this came from Sean, I imagine him writing that answer and being like, yeah. I'm going to say the first one, Sasquatch from the Future.
That is incorrect. It's I Fought the Ape Men of Mount St. Helen.
That's right.
That sounds more like a song.
Well, it was from 19.
Living Shit Out of Me is like a My Chemical Romance song, right?
Yeah, that's My Chemical Romance.
Is it really?
What's that?
That's a real song?
Oh yeah. That's a song. It's an emo
really?
song.
Scare
So.
the living shit out of me. Something like
They
that.
could care less as long as somebody bleeds. But this guy, he was a miner, and these kids were throwing rocks down into the canyon at him and his buddies, and they were like, it was a Bigfoot, obviously, and then
Classic tactic.
Yeah, he wrote a book
goes to
about
high
it.
school.
Everybody else was like, those are the kids from the YMCA. So.
Did you see him?
So round one.
All right, Sean, what's our tally after round one?
So far,
Add it all up.
I'm feeling really good about this one. They've each gotten 1 point, but they've gotten a lot of laughs out of me, so I think that's what's really important.
Those are little points. Those are like half points.
Those are like half points each. Oh, I do want to point out before we move on to round two that Brian O'Donnell was watching, and he pointed out that Tremors is in the Son of the Mask universe. Because of Jamie Kennedy.
Because of Jamie Kennedy?
Yeah. Just a fact.
I've seen The Mask a million times. I don't think I ever saw Son of the Mask.
Is every Jamie Kennedy movie in the Son of the Mask universe?
I've never seen the Son of the Mask, but it's like prominently featured in the movie Heckler.
Oh yeah.
You like can't get over that people don't think it's like groundbreaking.
Yeah.
He literally says like we were breaking ground, and like the critic is like, what do you mean? He goes, we were seeing what would happen if a baby had superpowers. No one's ever done that.
Where's my Oscar?
Oh God.
I missed that.
All right. So, are we ready for round two? Let's see what we can do here. So, Ahmed, all questions are back on the board for you. Any category you want.
Nice. I'll take some of the questions I already had. I'll go with hoax.
Hoax. All right.
Oh, I heard popes.
The surgeon's photograph refers to what famous hoax? Did David know this one? You look upset. You look like you knew this one, maybe.
I think I do. Yeah.
Okay. So your options are: the surgeon's photograph is A, pictures of a UFO during the Phoenix Light phenomenon. B, an alleged selfie by a Sasquatch. C, the recent picture of Khloe Kardashian's new face. Or D, that well-known picture of the Loch Ness Monster.
Ooh, okay. I'm going to phone a friend, David. I think he would know.
Guys, I have to go. I'm getting that.
I don't think it's a Kardashian. And I don't think that it's... what was that second one? That second one was...
Sasquatch selfie.
Yeah, Sasquatch selfie. I don't think so. I would know about that. That's pretty cool. David recognized it, so I'm going to actually use that as a clue. And I feel like Loch Ness Monster is the most popular, prominent one that I recognize. I don't really recognize the Arizona one, the Phoenix one. But a surgeon, I just was in a hospital in Arizona, so I know they have surgeons. So I'm torn. UFO or Loch Ness Monster? Ooh, I'm so torn. I'm just going to say Loch Ness Monster.
That is correct. Asta, you're doing great. You're really making up for last time here. Yeah. Yeah, the very famous one of Nessie's neck coming out of the water was a hoax. It's known as the surgeon's photograph. Mm-hmm.
Damn surgeons.
Yeah. Everything they do is a hoax.
Everything.
They betrayed us. All right, David. Pick any category you want. All categories are open for you.
Let's go with habitat.
Where does the lizard man of Scape or swamp reside? Am I saying that correctly, Sean? Scape or swamp?
I think so. I also only read it, so, we
Got it.
can only guess.
All right, so that's our best guess. Lizard man of scape or swamp.
Really hope
Let's
there's only
see.
2 options.
Does he A, live in a prison cell in Alcatraz, B, in a swamp in South Carolina, C, in an office in Washington, D.C., or D, with Santa in the North Pole?
The lizard man escape or swamp. Well, it's not Alcatraz because that's where the Birdman lives. Still, I assume he's still alive.
Yeah, no movie.
Yeah, it's not the Santa Claus one because there wasn't a. I've seen all those creepy stop motion movies and he wasn't in there.
That would have made it so much better, though.
I'm scared by those movies too. I'm scared by a lot of things.
Creepy.
Yeah. So it's either an office or an actual swamp.
Yeah, is he a politician or is it like a literal swamp creature? It's kind of what it comes down to.
What's the
difference? Of scape or swamp, cityscape. I'm gonna go, but crypto. I'm gonna be that idiot where swamp is in it, and then I don't choose swamp. I'm gonna go with The Office.
No, it was the swamp.
I went back to the round 1 logic that didn't help me out much.
That's okay. I believe in you. You can still come back. You can still come back. All right, Ahmed. Any category but hoax.
I'll go with body. I like that one. That was a good one.
All right. Okay. What is the main difference between the Sasquatches of the Pacific Northwest and the skunk apes of Florida? So they're both ape-like creatures. What's the big difference? A, that skunk apes have a god-awful stench of skunk, rotting food, and swamp. B, that skunk apes have a Pepe Le Pew coloring, black with broad white streaks down their backs. C, Sasquatches are reported as being between 6 and 10 feet tall, while skunk apes are only 4 feet tall. Or D, skunk apes very rarely make friends with John Lithgow and his family.
Well, that one, I bet you that's true. So, I'm going to say, well, Florida does probably stink. So, that one I'm leaning towards. But that one's too, funny. So, I'm gonna go with the opposite of what David was going with earlier. That one's out. One Lithgow's out. Let's go with the more regular ones. The coloring or the height. I feel like it's the height, but the skunk part makes me want to say, for some reason, I think my friend Tim always talks about this stuff. I almost feel like he said something about height with these guys. But the skunk, the coloring's really cute. I want to see a skunk ape, but I'm going to go with height.
It's the smell.
Damn it!
Yeah.
Florida.
They're basically just Sasquatches, but from Florida, so a little worse,
Just more ignorant.
Yeah, Ahmed, I was gonna say we should have had Tim on here, but I don't know if we could have gotten him to talk about something other than Goat Man. So.
Yeah, he would have just crushed every answer.
Oh yeah, he would have. It would have been too easy for him. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like
multiple choice.
The danger in doing that is that you give them a question that they're like, actually, even that thing is wrong, and you're like, God damn it.
Right.
That's my biggest fear is getting actually. I'm gonna be like, take it up with the cryptid Wikipedia page. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah.
Cryptopedia.
All right. So David, any category except habitat.
Body.
Nice.
Body. All right. Finishing out the body category. Your question is about the Almas of Mongolia.
Great. Back to Mongolia.
I was a minor in college.
So the Almas of Mongolia and Central Asia have been in their folklore for centuries. What do these creatures look like?
Oh gosh.
Options are giant worms that grab you from underground. B, they look like pterodactyls and sometimes snatch up small children. C, they look like cavemen or humanish apes. Or D, they are gigantic humanoid reptiles.
Well, let's go ahead and nix the worm one, shall we? Although it's going to be the worm one. No, I'm doing the thing again. Okay, so giant humanoid reptiles, pterodactyls that snatch up small children, or...
They're basically Neanderthals, basically.
Almas in Mongolia. Okay, well, almas sounds like a Spanish word, but it's in Mongolia, so that doesn't help. Oh no. I want to. Oh my gosh! And they live in the. Where do they live again? Like where in Mongolia?
That's a really good question.
Great.
Not underground, I can tell you that.
Okay, they're not underground. Good. Thank God. All right. Man, I'm gonna say it's the Neanderthals one, not the reptiles and not the pterodactyls. Yeah, the Neanderthals.
That's correct.
Oh
no!
Yeah. Tied it up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we are. Now we're all tied up. Look at that.
Two.
Yeah,
I just met Ahmed and I want to crush him.
As the person keeping score, I was like getting a little bored here, but all good now. You guys are keeping me busier.
Well, you get the very first next one. It'll be all points.
Keep taking those laughs.
Yeah. Count those.
All right, so Ahmed, you can choose from origin, habitat, or wild card.
Origin.
All right, I am going to ask you about the Goatman creature.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Someone just brought him up. So, okay, first of all, there's a couple of Goatmen. I just want to be clear about that. There are several different Goatmen. You know, there's the Pope Lick monster. There's a few others. This is about the Goatman of Maryland, specifically. Okay. This Goatman is an axe-wielding half-goat, half-man. What is his origin story? Your options are that he was a lonely lumberjack who messed with a gypsy woman's goats. B, he was a scientist who fused his DNA with that of a goat. C, he was bitten by a radioactive goat and now sells pictures of himself on OnlyFans. Or D, he is a child's birthday wish gone tragically awry.
Ooh. Okay, now, my best friend has a comic book named Goatman. I've read this comic book, and judging by that Goatman's origin story is science-based, I think. It's like a splicing type thing. But that Goatman is from Pennsylvania, so I don't know if this is... that counts that out, because it was Maryland. So maybe it's the one... I think the lumberjack one might be. So those are my two. I don't think it's the picture one. He's not sending any pictures. Goatman probably it's not doesn't have the dexterity. Maybe. I feel like I don't know if Tim was specific in where his Goatman was from, but I'm gonna go with the science splicing one.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Woo. Pulled back into the league. Yeah, science. It's a Jeff Goldblum fly situation. Yeah.
So like the comic book.
Yeah. In the comic book, does he have an axe?
I can't remember any specific axe, but sometimes there's a lot of them. He sometimes has weapons, I think, but I don't know about an axe. Well, it's kicking and headbutting.
Yeah. I like his superpower being has an axe.
Yeah. Damn it! I wish I had that superpower.
Oh, he's so lucky.
Yeah.
An axe with the strength of a goat, though. So there you go. That's funny. All right, David. Let's see if you can tie it up again. So you've got hoax, origin, and wild card on the table.
Let's go with hoax.
All right, our last question from the hoax category. Okay. This is kind of a long question to get the background of the story here.
Okay.
This one's from Sean. In February 1948, giant three-toed footprints were found on a beach in Florida. At first, people thought they were made by a giant sea turtle. Later, people suspected they were made from a 15-foot tall penguin.
One or the other.
In reality, the footprints were the work of a local prankster named Tony Signorelli. The mystery was not solved for over 40 years. How was the truth discovered? A. Someone saw Tony trying to recreate footprints in the same beach 4 decades later. B. The FBI found the cast iron monster print shoes along with 5 dead bodies while investigating a missing persons report. C. The only known 15-foot tall penguin claimed he had never been to Florida. Or D. Tony just got bored and told people that he did it.
Ooh. Giant 3-toed footprints. Feel like there's some kind of when there was only one set of giant 3-toed footprints. Okay, it's got to be one of the first two. I feel like the 15-foot tall penguin would not be available for comment, and the just got bored. I mean that's the most realistic one, but it's either that they found the giant metal thing and 5 dead bodies. I have 2 hobbies. I do this and I kill people.
The FBI was way more interested in the metal foot. Whoa, shit, man!
That or he was caught 40 years later. I love the idea, like 40 years later, like one day he's like, I don't need to put on my cloak or something, and then he's stopped. I gotta go with the murder one. I feel like there's a story there, so I'm gonna say they found the bodies with it.
I think, as far as we know, Tony Signorelli has never killed anybody. He just got bored.
Damn it! Shoot, I thought it was gonna be followed up with a story.
Nope, he just went like, you know what? It's been 40 years. I should let people know. He was like,
someone's gonna steal this, and he is gonna be like suspected of murder now.
Yeah, I feel like it is kind of like the Zodiac. Like he got away with it, you know, and then he just was like,
how he's bored. He's just like, man, nobody seems to give a shit about this thing anymore.
Yeah. Him being bored means he hasn't gotten a text in like a day. And he's like,
I did it. It was me.
This is actually like
it was a turtle, and then when they later thought it was something else, it's like more reasonable, and then they're like, wait, no way it was a turtle.
Yeah, it was definitely a penguin.
Again, I don't have a good gauge of it, but 15 feet seems way too tall to be a penguin. Like, I think the front of my house isn't 15 feet tall.
Yeah, that's too big.
That's too big.
Emperor penguins are only 5 feet?
Yeah. Well, that sounds huge too.
Yeah. I don't like that either. That's too big for a bird, if you ask me. All right, so I think Ahmed's still in the lead, and we have 2 categories left: habitat or
what are the 2 categories?
habitat or wild card.
I'm gonna save habitat for the end. I'm gonna go with wild card.
All right. Okay. So your question is about Republican candidate Denver Riggleman. He was a Republican running for Virginia's 5th congressional district, when his opponent revealed to the world that he was the author of a book titled what? So what did this Republican candidate write? a book called The Lizard Men of Washington, D.C., 50 Shades of Grey,
Yeah.
The Mating Habits of Bigfoot and Why Women Want Him, or D, Abominable Science.
Abominable Science?
Abominable Science.
Okay. Not that one, because I don't really have any. I can't grab that one. I don't know. That one is. I'm leaning towards the lizard one because like that's with politics and very seems like Republican, like kind of what's happening now. Like they would be like, oh, let's put this thing out there because they have to kind of come up with something that's like worse than they are, you know. You think I'm bad? There's a lizard guy. He's gonna eat you. So I'm leaning towards that one. But the mating habits, that one's funny, too funny for a Republican. And what was the last one? The second choice, I think it was.
50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, that one. Maybe that one. I'm gonna do the lizard people because it's kind of already connected with politics.
That's a good guess, but it's actually the mating habits of Bigfoot.
Damn it!
That's one hilarious conservative.
Like an erotic.
Prejudice got in my way.
It was the woman that was running against him said this guy wrote this book called The Mating Habits of Bigfoot and Why Women Want Him, and people said that it was like this Bigfoot erotica, and that kind of took off on Twitter. But then they asked that guy, and he was just like, it's just like a joke thing that I had with my buddies, and we just like put out a book like as a joke, and it's not erotica, it's just like a silly thing. And then he won his election, so he's a congressman now.
Okay.
He's a joke.
That's an elaborate joke with your bros. Like,
Yeah,
that's right.
we just a joke. We got published, and we got through the process.
We got real drunk.
You're just laughing the whole time.
Talking with the publisher.
All right. So let's see. So David, I think your last two categories are origin and wild card. Where do you want to go?
Ahmed just did wild card, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll say I'm going to get that out of the way, yeah. Wild card, please.
All right. Your question is about, and I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong, Mokele Mbembe. So Mokele Mbembe has allegedly been sighted in the Congo and in Cameroon. What is this creature?
Oh boy.
Their options are A living dinosaur, probably a sauropod. B, a werewolf creature that changes for the first time around high school. C, a small colony of aliens that have been quietly living in Central Africa for centuries. Or D, an aggressive species of flesh-eating plants that have been known to mimic human voices.
Ooh, that last one's the scariest one.
Very scary.
Which means it's true. Mokele Mbembe?
Mokele Mbembe, I think. It's Mokelemembembe.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
And that's time.
Well, I'm gonna say not the werewolf because that sounds like a movie. The colony of aliens, because two of these are multiple things, either a bunch of plants that talk like humans or aliens that are just there. And the first one was a dinosaur, probably a sauropod. Oh my god. I'm gonna go. Oh jeez. I'm gonna go. The flesh-eating plants that mimic human voices, that like sirens of plants. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, no, those are super cool, but that's from the movie The Ruins. Fun, great leg amputation scene, good stuff all around. But no, it's the living dinosaur. Probably.
God God. If the probably a sauropod wasn't part of it, I would have guessed it. Damn it.
And I put that in there because I looked this thing up on like 2 or 3 different little like there's like a Wikipedia page and like a cryptid page, and all of them said living dinosaur, probably a sauropod.
Don't forget that one.
Right.
It's important, yeah. I don't want to disrespect Mokili Mbembe, so you know.
Damn. You're telling me it's not a sauropod?
Yeah. Look at that thing and tell me that's not a sauropod.
All right. Wait, so is the score tied up? What's happening?
It looks like Ahmed is ahead by 1 right now.
All right, so you could win the whole thing right here.
I don't know how I got here.
All right, your
Your
question is habitat.
Habitat.
So, habitat. All right. The Jabba Fofi, or giant spider, is reportedly 5 feet across with legs 3 feet long. Where does this horrible creature reside? The options are the fjords of Norway, the shallows of the Gulf of Mexico, mostly under the beds and in the closets of your average home, or deep in the Congolese jungle.
Damn, this is hard. I'm gonna say not the under the beds because I've never seen one. I live in an average home. The Kraken is from Norway, so I'm gonna maybe say. It's hard. It's like, do they have more than one kind of crazy thing? That might make sense. This guy kind of feels like jungly Congolese, but didn't we just talk about the Congolese or no? Okay, maybe Mexico. I'm gonna go with Mexico.
Mexico is incorrect. It's the Congolese jungle.
Damn it!
It was good though. Yeah, that was like bad question. It was kind of like one right after the other. Wasn't planned that way. Apologies. This one's scary because I'm pretty sure this is for real. Like there were a lot of sightings in like the late 1800s from like Westerners who were like, I saw like a fucking 8-foot spider.
Jesus.
So yeah, so don't go to the Congo. You'll see dinosaurs and spiders and all kinds of crazy shit.
That's why I'm cool.
Cancel that trip, Jarvis.
All right, David, you have a chance to tie it up here. Your question is an origin story question.
This is my origin story.
And this question is, and this is your Jersey Devil story.
Oh, okay.
Everyone gets one, I guess. Okay. So, according to New Jersey's folklore, the Jersey Devil was born in 1735. How was this monstrosity created? A. It was born of the hate in men's hearts. B. It was the result of a coyote mating with a bat. C. It was the firstborn son of Benjamin Franklin. Or D. It was the 13th born child of Deborah Leeds.
What? Well, New Jersey, so born of the hatred sounds right, am I right?
Specifically, it lives in the Pine Barrens, so that does sound right to me, but...
The Pine Barrens. Shoot. One of the wrestlers in QAW is the governor of New Jersey, so if I had to phone a friend, I would call him. Born of the hatred of men's hearts, it was the... I'm sorry, could you say the choices again, please?
Yep, hate in men's hearts, coyote fucking a bat, Ben Franklin's eldest son, or Deborah Leeds' 13th child.
Am I uncultured for not knowing who Deborah Leeds is?
I don't know who Deborah Leeds is either.
No.
I'm one of the New Jersey Devil.
That's her claim to fame. Ben Franklin's... I'm going to say...
It's a big deal in Jersey, I don't know.
I mean, the first one is the most, like... Yeah, like, that's like a creative writing origin story. Yeah, Born of the Hatred of Men's Hearts. I'm gonna say that.
It's the Deborah Leeds option.
Oh my god. Oh my. Deborah.
John, who's Deborah Leeds?
So this is my favorite origin story of any cryptid. Is that they just said that Deborah Leeds was a woman that had 12 kids and she didn't want a 13th, and and so when she was pregnant, she was like, "God damn this baby!" And then that baby came out a monster.
Wow, that's like some Witcher stuff.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's just that simple.
Wow.
Classic.
So we have is it 3-2? 3-2.
3-2.
3-2.
Yeah.
Woo!
All
A
right.
close one.
That's a 5.
We don't need the bonus question. So it was a close race the whole time, but Ahmed, the Bigfoot believer, might I add, or open to it.
Maybe, yeah.
Somehow I knew Ahmed would pull it off after he said he believed in Bigfoot. So
He's been throwing me some answers.
All right, thanks for doing the show, guys. And so make sure to check out Ahmed on Dream Corp LLC on Hulu, and check out David Thomas, Quarantine Action Wrestling, and check out May Keith tomorrow night on this show again, and then next Thursday we'll be doing this again each Thursday. So thank you so much, guys, for doing the show.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thanks, May, for co-hosting and writing so many of these questions. And I'm going to just outro the show right now, and I'll see you guys on the other side of that.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.